Hello, welcome. Hi, it's Vladis. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Can't believe, like, I was actually just, I wish I can tilt my camera because on this wall, or this side, bought a big whiteboard. And it had, like, all this stuff on it that I wanted to do for Phase 3, Early Access, and I was like really disappointed wiping off to start off fresh for 2026. And I only accomplished one thing. And I feel like I need to do better. I do. Because as much as I say that I don't have the time, I do. Because I play Ashes. Like I play Ashes instead of creating content for Ashes. And that's the conundrum I think any person who is a content creator of the game they love constantly faces. Is like, as much as I want to play Ashes is as much as I want to, or as much as I want to create content for Ashes is as much as I want to be playing Ashes. So like as I was deleting or wiping off my whiteboard, I've been kind of just thinking to myself of like, because I get very, and this is something I learned actually as being a parent. I'm actually a very anxious person. I never thought I was, but I get like this anxiety about certain things. And I feel like when pressure and when stuff gets too much, I crumble. Like I usually crumble like really easily sometimes. And but with other things, like pressure is nothing. I don't know. It's really weird. Like, and I think with YouTube, and especially for like content creation lately, I think that's been something that I've neglected because I feel like I'm not up to this certain standard that I want to set for myself. And, you know, I look at my coworkers in the sense, right? I look at the other content creators in the Ashes space, and, you know, I look at my buddy Roar, and I look at like Richie, I look at, you know, Flanker or Burns, you know what I mean? And these are like great content creators. And I just don't feel like, and I don't think I've never felt like as up to that standard, you know what I mean? And but going into 2026, like I think what I'm just going to end up doing is, you know, and I've never been a comparison person. Like I kind of like I don't really look at numerical comparison. I look at quality. Like, and I think when it comes to the quality of their content, I don't see quality in mine. And I think the reasoning why is because I get so anxious and I get so in my head about things that I rush and just like want to get it out of my face. Like I want to get it out of the editing bay. I want to get it out of whatever, which leads to crap. Like literally, like I looked at my 20-minute guide of like the first, you know, playthrough, and I just saw so many things like looking back at it as a viewer, I'm like, this is really hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, and on my own, I'm probably the worst person to criticize my own content, right? But I just, you know, in a nutshell, I just want to get better. I want to be better. I want to do better. And I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take editing in a completely different approach for 2026. And I think the way I'm going to do it now, which shocker enough, right? You would think like editing is something you don't have to do in one sitting, but I've always done editing in one sitting. Any video, whether it's like a 8-minute video, 6-minute video, or 20-minute video, I always try to get it done like that day. Do, you know, my light script writing or my bullet points, do the talking head, do the edit, put the B-roll, all that like in one thing, in one go. And I just get so overwhelmed with that. And I got to learn to pace myself. You know what I mean? Getting it out there is more important than being perfect. Look at my channel with a a large following go back and look at their first videos that are almost always bad. Well, these are my first videos. These aren't even my first 100 videos. This is not even my second 100 videos. You know what I mean? Like, well, actually, I don't know. Like, because YouTube does count live streams as a video. I'm really curious to see how many actual edited, curated videos I've done. Because I think I have like over 350, like around there. But I think that includes live streams and my podcast. But yeah, no, I don't want to give that excuse to myself, because I should have been progressing. I should have been getting better, and I wasn't. And that's just the reality of it, you know? So I want to, you know, I just have a different approach, you know what I mean? And I talked to some people that gave me some really solid advice. I feel more confident, and I feel more emboldened to go into 2026 with this new strategy and new way of looking at content. And, you know, maybe that'll get me more excited to make content, because now I'm going to be taking it in a very short micro, you know, literally editing minute per minute. Like if I can do a minute of editing every single day and do 2 videos a month, like I'm going to try to set just like a minimum of still doing my live streams as every day, or as much as I can, doing 2 edited videos. And maybe if I want to throw in a talking head with some B-roll, like whatever, but I want to get 2 for 2 weeks. I work on a video for 2 weeks, get that video out there in 2 weeks. And that video could be anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 minutes long, and just work on that, you know, till, you know, and work and give myself two whole weeks to do it. That way it feels, you know, manageable. And that's the way I'm going to go. Are you going to be leveling the rogue as well? So I did this rogue for the only purpose of actually making that video. So I don't know, like maybe, like I think I'm going to for sure take my fighter to 25. Like I'm not going to play any other class until I reach level 25 on my fighter. I kind of made that promise to myself, because I'm an altaholic. I will literally play a shit ton of characters because I get bored with just playing one. But I haven't gotten bored yet on the fighter, to be honest. I mean, there's still so much for me to accomplish outside, of course, of the monotony grind of hitting the level 25. But I've done a lot, actually. Like, so since I've been gone, or since I haven't streamed, I've gotten almost all of my bank tabs in Jova, which is awesome. I think the only one I'm missing is the 10 gold one, but I bought my 2 5 ones. So now I have a shit ton of storage in Jova. I've also gotten my processing. I got metalworking to 18. I got my lumber milling to 23. So that's journeyman. So I got to get journeyman to metalworking, which I'm working on that. I think I should probably hit that today, to be honest with you. I think that's a very realistic goal. And then I'm still working on lumberjacking. So I'm going to do journeyman fishing, journeyman lumberjacking, and I got journeyman mining with, and I also have a journeyman mining pick. So yeah, I feel like I've been really knocking out a lot of my little projects within the game, but I don't have that much time to play. So it's just been, you know, it's really been, oh man, I hope that's not a bug, because I do have shit I sold. So I really hope. Can I go back? Do I have? Yeah, I could probably go back. Oh, I want to chop this tree. Here, let me see. If it's just common, I don't care, but it could be something. Yeah, I think, you know, that's the thing I kind of appreciate with this game. And I know a lot of people, it's one sentiment that I've seen so much, is the fact that, like, of how much time, you know, oh man, I really want that. I can't. I don't want to delete any of this. Shouldn't have done it. Fuck it. Whatever. Oh yeah, and I even got a palace cat, which, funny enough, like I had this in my I had that in my bank in Avian's End. And I just processed it in animal husbandry, and it came out as a mount. So I was like, you know, 145 speed is better than 130, or was this 125 or 135? So, I mean, 10% more speed, I'll take it. And having another mount always helps, you know what I mean, for sure. Good call. I have the same problem I had. A 12 mage and then re-rolled and have a 20 cleric, but I missed being DPS, so I wanted to be a rogue now. I hope secondary classes will give needed flavor. Oh, they absolutely will. To stick with one main class. Yeah, it's hard. Like I said, like if you come from other MMOs, most of the time I've encountered a lot of people that are, you know, altaholics like myself. And Ashes is really not the altaholic kind of game. Like it can be, but it's so daunting in what you're gonna have to do to that alt in comparison to, like, let's say your main, you know. So, and again, I will do it 100%. I will do it, but I feel like there's just some more quality of life things that I feel like we need. One being a shared storage between you and your account. Like if there was a tab up here that said shared and you could literally share items with any of your alts, that would be huge. That way you don't have to trade any items to your friends or your guildies to then trade back to your alt. Like I think that would be really, really awesome. And again, I would want a shared tab either here or even in a storage that's shared. But you can't put materials, you know, right? Like just items. I'd be totally fine with that. I think that would be a pretty big quality of life for alt people like myself. Because, you know, like sometimes just playing the same class over and over, you need something to change it up, right? You want to maybe do some healing, you want to do some tanking or whatever, right? So, let me see. You gotta love the false hope of you getting a mail notification thinking you sold something in actuality you didn't. Bro, tell me about it, man. Like, I love the feeling of getting, oh, what the hell? Oh my God. Buy limestone. Maybe I should have deleted the iron. I don't know. Limestone, I don't really see limestone needed for too much, and it was just 2 anyway. 5 epic copper, that's huge. I'm saving all of my epic copper for some of the more, like, cause I think I need epic copper ingots for some of the stuff in journeyman crafting for sure. Yeah, shared bank or shared bag. Yeah, 100%. Let me see, people drowning themselves to clean corruption and friends grab their loot. What the fuck is this mechanic? Yeah, tell me about it. So actually one of my videos that I want to create for 2026 is actually about fixing corruption. And I feel like with the stuff that I have and you talking about it with some of my guildies, I think if they do what I say, I think we'd be good. And I'll give you guys a little preview, you know, like, I mean, not many of you guys in here, so I'll give you the TLDR of like my video, but basically, one of the things that I think they should do is have to where your loot pile, right, cannot be looted by anyone else for a period of time other than the person that was killed. Right. So if that person gets there first, right, maybe they can loot the pile themselves, or the person who did the killing. Right. So that stops the friend. Now the friend can stay there to protect the pile, but they can't just immediately pick it up. Right. So I think, and the other thing I think that should happen too is that I think piles also need a cast time. So if you are in a castable, like if you're like, let's say doing a 5-second or even a 10-second cast to loot a pile, like that's going to create urgency. And I think that needs to kind of be a basic thing. And I think the other thing that I would kind of like is almost like a blinker, because basically what that blinker is doing is it's going from combat to non-combatant. So you're not really a non-combatant, but you're not a combatant either. But basically what that does is it allows you to, you can stop the cast and remain a non-combatant. But if someone tries to attack you, then they can flag you as a combatant while looting that pile. That includes the friend. So I think that'll also help too. The other thing that I've been seeing as well is that people have been deleting, you know, creating like a low level character or whatever, deleting the character so they don't get blight, and then remaking it, doing the same exact thing. I think the other thing Intrepid should do, especially because there's limited character slots, is having a CD on making a new character. So I think it's a very abnormal thing for the average person to do, which is to constantly rinse and repeat deleting a character over and over and over again. And I think that if you were to have a like basically a stacking cooldown, so like you deleted it once, you can't remake a character for an hour, and then so you make that character, you delete it again, now it's going to be 3 hours, and it basically just keeps extending, right? So that way it at least elongates the period of time of griefing, you know. But if it keeps stacking, then you could potentially, like, you can't create a character for days, you know, or something like that, right? That is something else that I think should happen as well. What kind of stuff do you have for your mining? I'm curious. So the other thing I want to make is journeyman mining bags. I have the materials, I think, now for lumber milling, because I am a journeyman lumber miller. So I want to make some carpentry mining bags. And I think I have the stuff I can make it. I think the only thing I need is braidwood, because I need to make braidwood timber. And so that's the only tree I got to find, but I got to hit journeyman lumberjacking, which I'm almost there. I'm level 19, 66% in. So I'm right there. Let me see. I think crates should flagging for PvE if it's not yours, just like cracking it open. So I think crates. So here's my take on crates. Look, as much as I want the system to be gone as far as crates, and I've said this many times on my stream, if crates are going to remain in as a gold getter, it needs to be nerfed. And my thing is that if you're if you're going to stay within the starting zone, right? If you're going to go all the way to New Ayla and you're going to go to Winstead, like, you should get some, you know, you should get some silver, you know, for sure, right? Because it's a very low effort thing to do, right? To make like a common, uncommon, rare crate and then trek from one end to the other. But I think the thing of where people, I think, are really getting into this whole thing is going these super long distances, right? Like if you're going from Kaltorum, you know, all the way to like Sunhaven, you know, or Sandsquall's End or something crazy, right? Like that's where people are making like almost 10 gold, like a trip. And I think that my thing is I would rather to where if you created a crate in a starting zone, right? Then anytime you exit the starting zone and go to a non-starting zone, you should be automatically flagged for PvP. Like as soon as I enter Sandsquall Desert, as soon as I enter Tropics, like from the Riverlands or Junedark, I am automatically flagged for PvP as soon as I head there. Because then what will happen is you'll have these bandit barriers in these, you know, other towns. So you're basically almost incentivized that if I'm going to trek like from one biome to another, I got to be in a group, just like a caravan. And just like a caravan, if you're with a posse of people and you all know that all of you guys have crates on them, you're all going to be flagged, right? That I think would be really, really awesome, personally. And I think it would create a lot of interesting gameplay mechanics as well. I think they need to make so drowning don't clean corruption, die to NPCs, and killing friends don't clean corruption. Yeah, so my thing, okay, again, like these are all concepts I'm making for my video. The other thing I think they should do is that corruption cannot be cleansed until you grind. So you dying doesn't remove corruption. You turning in commissions doesn't remove corruption. The only way that you can take off corruption is by grinding and killing mobs. That is it. That is the only experience that will rub off the corruption. So if you're not going to go and immediately grind, then you're going to keep that corruption. And so that's another thing too. Now we can have the discussion. And I think honestly, when it comes to gear dropping, right? Cause that's the other hot topic, right? People want items to, you know, auto delete kind of thing. I am not a proponent on that per se, because I could potentially want to be corrupted myself given a certain situation. I think what we're truly trying to talk about is the abuse of corruption, right? The people that are trying to circumvent the system. And I think that's where blight comes in. Now, if your blight meter is high enough, I think going corruption level 2, corruption level 3, now we're talking into the territory of maybe not dropping the gear at all. Now it's just going to be deleted when you die, right? So I still think giving grace, even in corruption level 1, is necessary, because even though you may never be that kind of person, oh my God, did I just exit, or server worker just like blew up or something? Because even though that I, may never really go corrupt, I want to at least have the option to. That's what the system is there for, right? It's that risk versus reward. I am willing to endure the risk because of what I'm about to do. The reward is going to be worth it, right? Like that to me is, I think oh wow, so Jova just pooped itself. That to me is, I think the main thing that the reason why I don't want the deleting of gear to be like right off rip, right? It needs to be that escalating scale, but it also needs to be, blight, in my opinion, needs to be account wide, not character specific. If you are garnering blight, that blight needs to be account wide and not character specific. That will also punish a lot of these people that are trying to abuse the corruption system and the blight system by just deleting those characters, making a new one, right? It doesn't matter. You can still do that, but you're still accumulating blight because your deleted character had, you got corruption, which increased your blight. You're making a new character now. If that character goes corrupted, you're increasing your blight yet again, right? That's the other thing I think that needs to happen as well, is that blight definitely needs to be account wide. Just need to trade it for me and Euela. Oh, I can get you some braidwood and I can process it for you. Just need you to trade it for me and Euela. Yeah, I don't mind, dude. I have I think to make a bag, I need 2 braidwood timbers per bag. So 4. So 4 braidwood timbers. And I'll take common. Like I'm not, I just want 2 journeyman bags. Like I don't give a shit. But if you have uncommon, I'll give you something for it for sure. I would appreciate that. I only have common right now, but can get better, dude. Yeah, common is fine. Like I said, I'll make some common bags. I don't give a shit. That maybe the upgraded ones, maybe that can be like a longer project. I think for me, just having those extra 3 slots per bag is going to be huge, and the stack size, like that's going to be like big. What do you think about people selling Night River sword for 650 gold? All the epic materials needed to make that is insane. There has to be some illegitimate way they're getting these mats. Oh, absolutely. Like, again, you'll never really hear, by the time you hear about exploits, it's already been happening for weeks. And this is, again, what happened in beginning of phase 3. And for anyone who's watched me for any period of time, when I was getting memed on about the rarity overlay add-on, which I know some of the new people here are like, what? So just TLDR, there was a bit of drama back when phase 3 started in September, and there were some photos being on Discord and everything like that of certain guilds using an add-on in Ashes of Creation that would that once you applied it to the game, you would literally be able to see the rarity of any given material that is around you. And right now we don't have static rarity anymore. We have like just the RNG, like whenever you go up to a granite mine or a oak tree, like you don't know what you're going to get until it's chopped. But before, the game had predetermined rarity per spawn. And so people were saying, oh, it's fake. It's fake, Vlad. Like you fell for the meme. Ha ha ha. Like it's all fake. Well, it wasn't fake. It was real. It was legitimately a real thing. People were paying hundreds of dollars for to purchase this add-on. And yeah, and this is why, again, why in phase 3, we were still in that economy of everything being epic and legendary, because you could find it, right? You just needed the add-on to tell you, oh, that's an epic granite, that's an epic copper, or that's a legendary braidwood, or that's an, whatever, right? But yeah, there's definitely illegitimate things happening for sure. And this is why, until certain people start talking, which certain guilds now have been very good at keep a tight lid on certain things. Right now, it's already been exposed of the sports fishing dupe that's been happening. And I can tell you this, it didn't just start yesterday. Okay. And depending on what server you're on, right now I'm on Shoal. I think the Shoal server has actually been pretty good economic wise. I have yet to see anything in the hundreds of golds being offered in the global chat. I think the most expensive thing that I've seen so far is some of the epic weapons for like 50 gold on our server, and that's it. Like I saw a heroic two-handed physical sword for like 50 gold, and no one even bought it. He went down actually to 35. So, but yeah, I mean, it's happening. You know what I mean? It's been happening. Only have I'm getting my last bit of Eastern Hemlock for my I am level 26 bow. Oh, nice pockets. People paying real money in an alpha is wild, bro. It's been wild. It's been wild. Like I don't know what else to tell you. It's just crazy. Looking at the Ivory Restored, you can easily make it with Lego, Genskin 3, Legendary Dragon Trees, and Uncommon Zinc. It's not too difficult to make that epic. Knowing how the weight of items work and the I level 26 and 29, it's really easy to make that sort of thing with any bit of rarity. Yeah. Well, I think also too, you know, there are things that, you know, I've heard of people doing certain things and I can never corroborate it, right? So it's just talk. But certain things that I hear from certain people, I don't take with a grain of salt anymore because they didn't really steer me wrong with prior information. And so even though I don't have the proof, which is why I'm not really saying anything, and you can look it up now. I don't know if they deleted it on the Discord or whatever, but there was actually a post about the sports fishing dupe. And yeah, like it's just one of those things that people want to get ahead in this game. And I know it's annoying. Believe me, it's annoying. However, I am so grateful that we do have people that want to get ahead in an alpha. Because if people really didn't care, and if people were very blasé about the test and, you know, not really wanting to go super hard or sweaty about it or anything like that, that would mean these things would literally slip through the cracks until the live launch. Now imagine living in a scenario where we're literally New World 2.0, right? You guys remember New World, right? Where you put it in windowed mode, jiggle it around, and now you're invincible. You remember New World where it was the duping of, you know, doing the exploit of the town board exploit. You know what I mean? This is also New World of like the economy going from, you know, zero to shit with a lot of other stuff. Same New World with like the big sausages in the text chat. Like I would rather I'm grateful of certain guilds being here, even though they are very annoying to play with, because in the grand scheme of things, these are bugs and dupes that we wouldn't have to face otherwise in a live launch. That's why I'm pretty grateful for it. I just found the node rep system and its rewards. I love it. Yeah, Drunk Ninja, dude. Honestly, like I've been preaching about that since early access started. I told people immediately, do not sleep on the requisition agent. Get your rep as high as possible, as quick as possible, because that's going to be the best time to do it. It's a lot harder to do it now, especially now as a town. Like I can show you right now, like if you go to the requisition agent in Jova, like copper and granite. Oh man, they must have just, oh yeah, it's already almost done. But yeah, like basically you need what, 10 granite and 5 copper, you get 250 rep. But look at these other ones: tin, salmon, copper ingot, slate fragments, apples, and bort carcass portions. Like that's insane. Like that's, I don't know if people would want to waste that, but these are the more high end perks of the buildings, right? So when you get start building right on the village stage, these are the kinds of standard tools and the basic buildings you're going to be getting, right? So it's like, you know, 5 zinc and, you know, 10 basalt, 5 copper, 10 granite. You know, it's these really easy, what is it, like 5 snowdrops and, you know, some fish. You know what I mean? It's like very easy. So yeah, don't sleep on that early on. In phase 2, there were some game breaking bugs and exploits happening with the big holiday break. The econ was in the toilet. I think it's history repeating. Yeah, I feel like, you know, every December and going into the new year, there's always something fucky going on. That's for sure. But I do feel like, at least on Shoal, I don't feel like the game's broken. I don't think the economy is broken. Now on Resna, which is I think the majority of where I see the complaints happening, that's a different story because that's where all of the hardcore sweats are, right? You have the people that are terminally online on Ashes. So if you're the kind of person like myself that plays the game 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day at most, you're going to play on a server like that and feel like, wow, what the fuck are these prices? What the fuck are these things? You know what I mean? Because, you know, this is also the guild, you know, Polar dismantling and destroying buildings in Uela. You know, but that's all part for the course. Like they're not doing anything malicious there. I mean, they are, but it's intended, you know? And I know people say, well, that's not fair. But Ashes is not a fair game. Like it's not. Like there's going to be things that are going to cause friction. And that's one of the things. But here's the thing. That's not going to garner any respect from any guild on that server, right? So this is where I think alliances, this is where I think, you know, other guilds will step up and fight them. You know what I mean? Or they won't, and they'll just be under the thumb of Polar. And they'll either like drive those players out of the game, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know how else to really put it, because that's what the game was always intended to be. It was going, and whether it's something like that, or whether it's Polar winning a siege, right? And now your node is literally destroyed and all of your storage is gone. That's also intended. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's going to be things that are going to be very frustrating in this game. You know, Wiser Nerd talking about the finances of the game team. Can you expand on that? What do you mean? Like, why is no one talking about the finances of the game team? Like, are you talking about Intrepid, or what are you talking about? Because there's been so many people that have made videos, like a lot of videos about like finances when it comes to Intrepid. The crafting system is kind of overwhelming for a new player. Oh, dude, absolutely it is. It's very convoluted. And this is why I tell new players to just take it like a portion at a time. Because I think any MMO in the grand scheme of things is very overwhelming, but Ashes is definitely one of those things that will even overwhelm a veteran. From like, I've seen people come into Ashes that have played MMOs for years and are totally and utterly confused. So I can't even imagine like a brand new player or someone who doesn't really play. Like if you play first person shooters, you come in to play Ashes, bro, I pray for you. I really do. Yeah, I like the piracy of mules, but it needs to happen without corruption / PvP workarounds. Yeah. And I think this is where we are, you know, trying to figure out like the roots of those things, right? We're trying to figure out what those workarounds are, because as gamers, anytime that someone circumvents, or like the company circumvents your fun, right? And the fun police is here, fun detected. They're always going to try to figure out, well, what can I do now? Like now that these new rules are in place, or these new restrictions are in place, like what can we do? And it's a constant cat and mouse game. And so I think that's where, you know, where we're trying to, you know, figure out. Let me see. This game is toxic as fuck. And there are some toxic as fuck players, bro. Let me tell you. Let me see. The fact that Intrepid is broke. You say the fact, how can you give me proof? Like if it's factual, can you give me like a website that says they're broke, or, you know, something that I mean, if you're going to say something, this is a fact, then give me the proof, or send me the proof. I would love to see it. Let me see. Yo, happy new year. Biggest wish for Ashes is for the future change regarding cosmetics in Ashes, level cap or requirements, cause currently it's too immersion breaking piece. Yeah, I would say honestly that is actually the case. So mount cosmetics and costumes are going to be level restricted. And they're also going to be item restricted, meaning you need the appropriate mount to put them, like let's just say as an example that my graveyard golem, right? Oh, I'm sorry, wrong button. So my graveyard golem, it could have a restriction that says cosmetic can only be applied to a T4 mount. So if I don't have a T4 mount, then I can't put my cosmetic golem on it. Like that is legitimately going to be in the game. It's just not in the game right now because they have the cosmetics. They're saying, fuck it. You wear whatever you want to wear, put whatever skin you want. It doesn't matter. Express yourself, do whatever the fuck you want. But it will be the thing. And it's the same thing too with these costumes. So like if this costume is, let's say, the equivalent of an item level 26 journeyman set, then you can only apply this costume to that set. Does that make sense? So if you don't have that set, then you can't apply this costume. And I think a lot of people that are buying cosmetics probably don't realize that. And so, because in most games, you buy a costume or you buy a mount, you can immediately apply it and you're good. So I'm very curious, like how that's going to work between the community and Intrepid, because I think a lot of people don't realize that. Let me see, the people who have takes like that, I have more faith in the game than I do, but it's in the negative. So much wish casting. Yeah. This game is meant for MMO players that also like survival game toxicity. I love it. Yeah, I mean, again, this particular game has a lot in it, and I don't want this game to be so toxic and so like to where the average person is going to look at this and be like, okay, fuck that, I'm out, like I'm done, I don't want to deal with that, or I don't like that, or whatever, right? Like there needs to be some middle ground, like for sure. Maybe I can delete the basalt. Wait, where the hell are all my bank tabs? Okay, that's not right. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, I'm an idiot. Why did I log out here? God. So anytime that you have that bug, if it says that you're not a citizen of anywhere, then you literally have to log out, log back in, and it should fix it. Hey, what's up with the error 34 stuff? That just means that the server worker you're on is like pooped, and it's just going to take a bit for you to get back in. That's what that means. Also, welcome, brother. Let me see. Hit N and checkers. Yeah, I did. It had that bug on it. Seeing people in endgame looking cosmetics run around just makes me want to quit. It's about immersion. Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, but again, this isn't a game yet. You know what I mean? Like, I think people who've bought shit, you know, that have bought stuff for years, the fact that they can just apply it now in a test, I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't personally need to be immersed in a test. I need to be immersed in a game. And to me, the game doesn't start until launch. So when I look at Ashes, or when I think of, and this is just a me thing, right? This isn't like, I'm not saying that, oh my God, stuff for tins. I'm not saying this is something that you should do or whatever, but this is just something that I do because, you know, I know people say, oh, but it is a game, Vlad. Like, it's a game and a test. Like, true. But it's more of a test right now than a game, is what I'm saying. And, you know, we can label it early access. You can label it like however way you want to label it. See, now it's fixed. Now I have my citizenship, so it should have everything. But I don't know. For me, I just don't care about the immersion now, because now it kind of doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The only thing that matters is making the game better, making improvements, fixing bugs, eliminating dupes, and that's what we're doing, right? So yeah, of course, cosmetics are fine in test, just talking about the real release down the road. Yeah, and like I said, this isn't, once we are talking about the real release, those are going to have restrictions on cosmetics, period. Those restrictions aren't in place right now. So if we are talking about live launch, then you wouldn't have to worry, because there will be restrictions on cosmetics. So day one, you will not see people in end game looking gear, period. Like that's not how it happened. Unless Intrepid sells cosmetics that can be applied to level 0 gear, which is level 0 means anything between level 1 through 10. That's the novice tier. Which is possible. I don't know if they have done that now. A lot of the sets that I've seen look way better than novice gear, but I mean, they can very well sell stuff that is like that. As a whole, my Steam launch experience compared to the other phases has been a lot better. Although the cracks are showing, corruption avoidance is my biggest issue. I think that's a lot of people's biggest issue. I mean, you have to understand, phase 2, the biggest issues players faced was TTK and static rarity. So I think the fact that we're not even talking about that as a discussion means to me that we are fixing things, and now we're just going down the checklist and finding the new things that need to be hammered out. Because I can guarantee you those same corruption issues still applied even in phase 2, but there weren't systems yet that really exacerbated those systems. Some did. Some were still corruption baiting even with caravans. But the thing is that we are taking steps in the right direction, because now we're not talking about those things anymore because they are fixed. We don't talk about stack rarity anymore because it's gone. We don't talk about TTK anymore because it's still being tweaked. And right now, I think some people believe it's in a good place, others don't. But that's how numbers are. Numbers are fickle, you know. So I think it's a good thing. Let me see. A dude I know has 2.5 million XP debt and 102 blight. I don't know how avoidant it is. Well, and that's what I mean, right? Like, you can avoid it all you want. And I think if the blight system is in place, and when they kill someone once and they go like with 102 blight, you kill another person, you should go immediately corruption level 5. Right. And that's where I think, again, the circumventing is at that point, your gear should be deleted. Right? Like 3 to 5 pieces just should be deleted. Like your friend shouldn't pick up anything. Like if anything, your friend should pick up like, and I think there also needs to be a scale of materials, right? So like 25% of your materials drop on death, but I believe if you're corruption level 5, like it shouldn't be 25%. It should be like 65%, right? Like there should be, again, the corruption system is meant as a complete deterrent. It's not meant to be like a lifestyle gameplay thing. Whether or not you say other games have done that in the past or players have done that, Ashes, and Steven has said this on record so many times, that Ashes, the way he's creating the corruption system is not meant to be played as a lifestyle, like as a game decision. It's meant to be looked at as a in the moment decision. Do I want to incur this risk because the reward is so good? Like that's his philosophy regarding the corruption system. Let me see. Just set level PvP cap. Don't let people hit people 5 to 9 levels lower unless the person attacks first. For non-flagged PvP, if they are flagged, it's fair game. The same way as XP too high or too low. Yeah, Choppa, I've seen people leave that feedback in the Discord, and I've also heard people talk about that in the forums. And again, I think, you know, there needs to be a lot of other things too. When it comes to corruption, I think one game that my buddy Grumpy played, Tibia, they had what's called a revenge system. So they had a skull system, right? And there was a thing called yellow skulls. And what a yellow skull was that when a red player killed you, that player became yellow to you. And basically, even though that player, let's say, wasn't red anymore, right? Let's say they went back to being like normal, you can still see them as a yellow player, and you could kill them and get their shit with no penalty to you. I think something like that needs to exist in Ashes. But in Tibia, it wasn't a permanent thing. Like you weren't permanently yellow to that player. I think in Ashes, because it's a completely different game than Tibia, I would love that system, and I would love it to be permanent, like until you kill that player. So if I kill Pockets, and I kill him, I become corrupted. Pockets will now see me, and I believe this is something that isn't in Tibia, that all of my tunes, not just the tune I killed him on, all my tunes are now yellow to him. And he is the only one that can see me as yellow. Not any of his friends, not even his guildies. He's the only one that will see my account as yellow. And if he kills me, then he can get my shit, right? And he could potentially loot an item for me, like a random item or whatever, and also get my materials. and he incurs no penalty, and he can stay non-combatant as well during that time. Like that I think would do wonders in a game like Ashes personally, because then you'll never suspect it. Like if I get on my other alt, right, and like my other like 25 bard, right, after being killed, let's say on my 17 fighter, and I see that dude and I can kill him with no penalty to myself, I get my revenge and it's over. You know, you killed me once, now I killed you once, now it's done. And I think something like that would go a long way in Ashes personally. No, I like the idea that it's on the players to deter the corruption people. I wanted to start a crate defense militia that PvP'd the shit out of those people. Yeah, I mean, and that's what friction systems do, is that players have to figure out how to combat those systems. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's all about. And maybe I should turn these in for because I have a bunch of them. I'm not even doing anything with them. Should I do rubies? I'm gonna probably make them. Yeah, let me get those rubies. Get these rubies. Yeah, fuck it. I'll put them here for now. Sell this. Is Luminon good for anything? Otherwise, I'm probably just going to sell this. Put this there. Probably sell the basalt too. Granite. Do I have high rarity emerald? No, I don't. I have no emerald. I just started getting whatchamacallit? I just started getting journeyman mining stuff, so not that much. A thief is not a murderer. Oh, I don't see why you get flagged for looting bodies you didn't kill. A thief is not a murderer. I do believe picking up crates, like, to me, stealing should put you in combative status. Like, that's probably where me and you would disagree, Choppa, because you feel like, well, like, I'm not saying you should be corrupted by picking up someone else's pile, but I think if you're stealing, you should be put in a combat status for a period of time. I think the period of time in game is actually too little. I think it needs to be like 5 minutes, personally, because at least gives you a chance to get your shit back from that person. And if you're both combatant, again, you have to realize you actually drop more stuff as a non-combatant than what you do as a combatant. So even if I kill you, I'm not really going to get all my stuff back, but I'll get a little bit of what you have and potentially get a little bit of what I have back. It just creates, you know, the PvP game, right? Let me see. I think you should get a revenge flag where you get to fight the guy who stole your pile. That could very well be the case too. They can put it for that as well. I just think a revenge system in this game would go hard. I think it would go really hard. I think it'd be pretty awesome. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Intrepid does. I mean, there's so much they can do. Put that there. Yeah. Trying to see if I hate keeping all of my stuff. There we go. This iron, tin. Should probably keep the iron up here and tin up here. Keep all the jewels. Want to keep jewels separate. Yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, in phase 1 you didn't flag for stealing. Yeah, no, you didn't. Like in phase 1, and that was the thing too. It was very overwhelming in the community that you should be flagged by looting someone, because it was rampant. Like as soon as you saw, you didn't even care. You just went in and looted it. And it was a much a majority decision from the community that it was pretty unanimous that everybody should be flagged. What about the massive amount of bots AFK fishing? Crazy, bro. You're telling me, man. I actually wanted to do a botting video, because my buddy Burns did a botting video a while back. It was a very awesome video he did, and okay. And yeah, I think a botting video explaining like just what's happening now, because it's such a massive issue. Like it's crazy. 3,000 rep. Okay. Is Burns playing still? I haven't seen him post a video in a while. Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't reached out to him in a bit. I need to. But I mean, he's a family man as well. So I mean, he's busy, you know what I mean? Like Christmas and, you know, just the whole 9 yards, right? So I believe me, and he's an addict as much as I am when it comes to Ashes, right? So it's like I told you earlier, playing Ashes, making content for Ashes, you know, it's like the ultimate conundrum I think any Ashes creator faces. Or is on Resna. Yeah, they are. Yeah, so many bots. I don't understand why it's so bad. It's because it's profitable. Like fish right now is going pretty hard. So I can see why, to be honest. I can definitely see why it's going as hard as it is. Wait, why do I still have 20 granite? Do I have like uncommon granite? No. See, that's why I keep a storage of like, one of my viewers is like, why do you keep like a common? Like you should just sell all that shit. But that's why, for the requisition agent, because you never know like if the requisition agent is going to call for like exactly what I just did. Right. Like that's why I keep it usually. Killed about 12, reported 14, think at least 13 got banned or at least gone. Yeah, and honestly, like I didn't know it was so easy to make a bot script in Ashes. Like people are literally jumping every 29 minutes to reset the AFK timer for fishing. And yeah, I mean, right now, like if you're AFK fishing and just the RNG of you getting epic fish or legendary fish or whatever and selling those like all day, I mean, there's already level 50 fishermen, you know what I mean? Like and there's so many things now that require fish at apprentice and journeyman stuff. Like you're talking elixirs, you're talking like high-end materials for like fish oils and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very profitable. Like if you have a bot farm, like it can go pretty freaking hard. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year 2026, guys. What dude? Yeah, dude, same to you, brother. It's crazy. Like I was actually reflecting on this year and just everything that has been going on lately, and it's wild, man. I can't believe we're entering into 2026, you know? And I remember feeling the same exact way in phase 2. Like I couldn't believe that we were literally in this like heading into 2025. And here I am like being just as mystified and just as like, man, like what's going on? It's just wild. It's wild. Is slag used for anything? Like, should I just vendor this or should I sell in the marketplace? Because I honestly just been vendoring it. Like, I don't know what's been requiring this at all, but let me see. I mean, I don't understand how they don't have automatic bot detectors in place. You can just code that stuff from detect abnormal movements. Yeah, and I think honestly, this is what they're going to do. Like, again, I don't think we've ever really had a bot problem like in Ashes, like as we do right now, right? Like people have, people say they're botting crates and people are botting fishing. I don't know how you would bot a crate. I think what's happening with crates is not really botting, it's multi-boxing. Like that's what I see people doing. Because I've seen it. I've literally seen like one person and then like this trail of freaking mules, like a clump of them all going at the same exact time. How obvious is that? You know what I mean? Like that's not like none of them are jumping. You can just tell that is not like none of these mules are being run by a character, right? Like, and they all have weird names. Like they're not, you know, like it's just so freaking obvious. Let me see. None of these were fishing on Plum and Sammy's Hope. They were, they farm highwaymen on repeat. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like you have some very advanced bot shit going on. You can put a mule on follow. Well, that's what they do. I mean, again, but they're multi-boxing. Like they have all these accounts going at the same time and they put it on follow and do that. But you can clearly tell, like, these aren't like individual people. Like all of the names that I usually see on this clump of mules are like the same kind of names you would see from the gold sellers, right? Like you could see like, oh, like there's no actual individualistic personalized names on any of them, nor do they belong to any guild, right? Like that's, to me, for how guild centric this game is, like, I think it's more rare to see somebody without a guild tag than with one, you know? The mule follow works for 5 minutes. Oh, wow. So there's a timer on it. That's interesting. Best fishing I've seen is either underwater fishing and fishing from storage, fishing of creation. Yeah, I know. I've seen people fishing on the storage, like the sheds, the storage shed near Avian's End. Like that's wild. And I've seen even, I don't know where this one is, but there was one right next to the vendor. People were literally fishing right next to the vendor and just like auto repairing too, which is like also wild. You see there are bot farming, runes and lines hold for gold. They sell it, I think, 30 silver per 100 and nearly 100% drop rate. Wow. That's wild. You can't body an AOC because it's too complex, even though grinding mobs and chopping trees, gathering, etc., because you have to maintain the tools, mobs around you or elites, the lurking behind the bushes. Yeah. I sent you a Discord on one of the bots, 25% drop from Semia's Hope. That's how bad it is. Holy shit. Well, okay. I got to take a look at that. The naming rules are a bit crazy too. It would not let me create, Heraclitus, because it was a dirty word, but I ran across a character named, Trump touched kids. Oh my God. Jesus. Unless you are fully endgame geared. Wow. That's wild. Steven said that back a while back, but when's the last time he said that corruption's supposed to be a complete deterrent, because the way he says corruption system needs to be adjusted, but he sees no problem with the way it is. When it comes to, so I saw Steven say something like that in Discord where someone asked, is it intended for your friend to pick up your ashes, get your stuff and hand it back to them? And he says, yes, it's like, that's intended. Like, look, like you can go, it's on the wiki. Like there's several quotes of him talking about the corruption system being a deterrent, a complete deterrent. But I feel like right now, there are certain things that Steven is okay with. You know how I know that? Because he was okay with static rarity. Seriously. He was okay with it. So were the devs. Steven is not infallible. Steven can be wrong. And I feel like, especially when it comes to corruption, there are certain principles that he is wrong in. And I think it's a matter of us being, you know, with our opinions and our feedback being loud enough to potentially have it changed. Because again, I think for a level 1 person, you know what I mean? Like if you are corruption level 1 and you're not trying to use corruption as this bait system or abusing the system. Because honestly, like if I'm going to go corrupt, it's an in the moment decision, right? Now, potentially I could be in a group, right? Potentially. But most of the time, like I play solo, right? So I would say for most people, it's going to be like that in the moment decision where it's like, I see someone here, I know who they are, or I potentially know like they're a lumberjacker or whatever. I see them here, or maybe I don't like them. It's an in the moment decision. And you can tell what's been happening is very premeditated because they already have a posse. They already have a whole thing orchestrated in the background. So this is why when I make my corruption video and start putting certain things in place, I think that the suggestion that I'm offering to alter the corruption system will actually make it better for everybody involved personally. But it's just a matter of, is Intrepid going to be okay with it? You know what I'm saying? So that's really it. Oh, the fishing bops are just wild. The eastern at the eastern natural or neutral zone. I haven't been there. Maybe I should go check it out. A WoW private server developer I knew created a guarantee bot detection program. To this day unbroken. He said he received multiple offers from botters of $100,000 for it. Shit crazy. Oh my God. Wait a minute. So there was a person that created a back-end system to detect bots, and the bot people were trying to buy him out with $100,000. Is that basically what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, that is fucking crazy. That's super wild. I wonder if making crates auto flags you for PvP would be a better solution to prevent rampant crate running, like how you can attack a caravan, but you just don't take XP loss with caravans. Well, for me, I don't think you should. So if you are making your own crate and you're making your own crate in the starter area and your end point is in the starting area, I don't think you should be flagged. If you steal someone's crate on the floor, right? Let's say there is no person, but you see a crate on the floor and you pick it up, I believe you should be flagged. If you go combatant to try to kill someone on a mule and they go combatant and try to fight you back and you win and you take your stuff, you should remain flagged. If you are trying to kill somebody as a combatant and they remain unflagged and you kill them, you should be corrupted, right? But I think the other thing too is that it's mostly these large treks. So there's a couple of things that need to happen with the crate system. The crate system needs to be nerfed. That's numero uno. The live notification of like how much gold you see from like your point of where you created the crate to your endpoint, that needs to be in real time, because I think it's really fucked up that it's not. And the fact that we even we actually now know that there are diminishing returns per where you start to then where you end. Like, you need to know that before you make your trek, right? You need to assess the reward to then assess the risk, right? And right now, since you can assess the reward, are you willing to take a risk on just whatever? That's like the same thing of like you buying a scorpion in the auction house with it not being converted to a mount yet. Now there's a 50% chance you can get a mount, but there's also a 50% chance you can get a bob. Take the risk, right? And so I think that's where a lot of shit kind of falls through the cracks with the crate system. It needs to be nerfed. And I don't mind the casual player earning some gold. I don't. As long as it's within the starting area, right? But as soon as you start making these long ass treks, as soon as you go into the June Dark, or as soon as you go into these non-starter zones, you should automatically be flagged 100%. And reduce the crates in the game. I don't think you need to reduce it. Like, what do you mean reduce? Like, can you explain that further, Triple? Like, do you mean, because I think there's like 6 types of crates. Is that what you mean? Like, there should be less types of crates? Yeah, buy him out. Yes, he received offer repeatedly, but since he has values and principles, he never sold out. Bro, if you know that developer, you need to tell him to reach out to Steven and be like, have him get the, well, maybe he won't, because he probably doesn't want to have the integrity, because if he then trusts someone else with it, even though he has the integrity, maybe he's afraid that someone else won't have the same integrity he does. That's probably what it is. Okay, that's what you mean. There's too many types. Yeah, I feel like there needs to, look, the game is already too complex, right? I think that's the main thing. I don't mind there's too many. I guess what I mind more is the fact that there isn't anything to kind of teach you. But most MMOs don't teach you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the truth. Like, they don't teach you. And this is, again, where I think YouTube and content creators kind of come in. There's been some really amazing videos. My buddy Roar, if you haven't seen Roar's video on the crates, amazing. His first video made almost 32,000 views. Great fucking video. He made a follow-up updated crate video. It's doing phenomenally. I think it's like 15,000 views right now. Like, I think people really do love watching content, and there's some people that don't, and that's fine. But those people still try to go to like an Ashes Codex or like a website to figure it all out anyway, because the game's not telling them. And I think also too, having that level of figuring it out on your own, it's the same principle that applied even back then in 2005. in a lot of MMOs was that you felt like you had the knowledge and then you could actually share that knowledge in game with people that were asking, whether it's like sharing a YouTube link or maybe just explaining the system in general, right? Like that's what it is. Royer, what's up? Speaking of my buddy Royer, what's up, brother? Let me see. Could nerf the crates by making the Joe get tired and have to defend it after a certain distance. I mean, look, I mean, when it comes to the whole mule thing, I think mules need to be slower, to be honest with you. I think having it at a base of 100% speed is a little nutty. Like, I think we can even have a conversation, maybe 75% speed, and like to start off with novice, and then apprentice maybe goes up to 100% speed, and then we go to like 125% speed at journeyman. But regardless, it's not really about the speed. It's the gold. And crates right now make way too much fucking gold. And the thing is that I want caravans to be the main component, the main thing that people do, but that I don't want it to be in the opposite lens of where now crates are a completely useless system and it's all about caravans now. You know what I'm trying to say? Fatty, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year's Eve, man. I hope you're doing well. Bro, mules are so enough. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, to me, like I said, speed is not really the culprit here. The culprit is how much gold you make per crate. And that is the real discussion. So let's talk about that. And I think once we can have an honest discussion about that, then we're cooking. Oh my God. Bro, I haven't seen this mount since, wasn't this the boss? Oh, damn it. Wasn't that the boss in Alpha 1? At the end of the dungeon? That's crazy. I haven't seen that dragon since then. Let me see. We do need the fix for quest wording as well, though. Was helping a player to become citizen, and in the quest it calls for a mayor hall, something like that. Contreras, dude, what's going on, brother? Thank you for the follow, man. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year's Eve. Let me see. Not very helpful at all. Yeah, the whole, like I said, question in general needs way more polish. Like I said, I know people think that the starting experience is better, which it is, but it still needs a lot of work. In my opinion, it needs way more work. There needs to be, in my opinion, 5 branches of sending you out into the world. And I've talked about this before, but I feel like when it comes to, wow. Oh, I was going to say, how's that person flagged? But it's, wait, that person is flagged. How is he flagged in town? Shouldn't a guard kill him? Is that a bug? Am I tripping? But you shouldn't be able to be flagged in town. Oh, he just logged out. I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. Let me see. Keep high rarity slag for iron ingots and glittering ingots. Ah, ingots. Okay, that's what slag's for. Okay, I'll keep, maybe I should have kept the uncommon at least. But okay, I'll remember that for next time. Oh, thank you for making me remember, because I got to put this shit in the... Let me put this shit in my bank, and then let me see if I can, if I have more to put in the cooker. Let me see. Any thoughts on requiring a master level crafting bench to craft tier 3 adept gear? So the only reason why that exists right now is because we don't have we don't have level 40 or 50 gear. Like I've said this before, that's not intended. That's like literally saying, oh, did you see that you need a journeyman, you know, building or a journeyman thing to make like level 16 apprentice gear? Like that makes no sense. Again, the only reason why it's like that is because they have a lot of the stuff already made in the back end. And so they want certain things tied to it to make sure that the system is working as intended. Right. So once they do add level 40 gear and once they do level 50 gear, we've been testing and knowing that upgrading upgrading a journeyman to master works. Going from master to grandmaster works. Right. So they're tying certain things to it temporarily until those systems are more fleshed out. I do know him and believe it or not. He reached out to Blizzard in the past for free and never received a response. Makes you wonder, because Blizzard were idiots, dude. Idiots. They were basically like a laughing stock, like in the late 2010s. Like, it doesn't surprise me one bit. I feel like a lot of the culture at Blizzard has shifted, which is a good thing. But man, like, yeah, I mean, this is why, like, there's so many passionate people that want Ashes to, or not even Ashes, but World of Warcraft to like be great. And they wanted it to be great for so long. And it took them so fucking long to catch on to what the community was really asking for. And, but yeah, I think it's a great thing. I'm going to have to make space. Here, I'll hold on to this slag here. And I'll put this here. The big question is it worth to buy the game? Are you saying, is it worth to buy into the testing right now? That is entirely up to you, brother. I would say for the majority of people, no, it's not. I would say it really depends on the type of player you are. I've basically tried to get people to see more streams, see more content, understand exactly what you're getting yourself into. And many players have thanked me on Discord privately and said, yeah, dude, I got it. Thank you for being open and honest and stuff like that. And, you know, that's like, I just don't want people to feel like they're wasting their time, because there's some people that really do expect, you know, a lot from this game. But there's also been a lot of like really popular creators playing Ashes right now. Like Showback has been playing the shit out of Ashes right now. And I've seen people from his community shit on him for having fun. And it's like, look, it's not WoW. Yeah. But he's been having a great time playing Ashes of Creation on the Rogue. And I think the Rogue and Ashes is pretty fucking great, man. I saw a streamer call the game a scam. Which one? There's hundreds of content creators that I've called Ashes a scam. It's just crazy. I want to get a new PC just to make Ashes look good and run better. Right now I'm at 30 frames on all low, but I love this game. The combat keeps me around. Absolutely, man. Honestly, I was in the same boat, dude. I could not stream and play Ashes at the same time. So I got a brand new rig and it's awesome. Like playing on this game on cinematic settings, just like running around, it gets you, dude. It really does. Even in a test, even in some of the areas being so unfinished, it really does get you. Yeah, I never understand people who buy gold. It defeats the whole purpose of the game, end of a game. Yeah, no, for sure. Final Fantasy 14 streamer. Oh, wow. Even Final Fantasy people are turning on Ashes. That's kind of crazy. I mean, either way, I mean, I would say that this game does scam you of your time. I feel like I've been scammed. Like, dude, like I've put in over like probably over 1,000 hours. Like I'm talking now from the start of Alpha 2 to now. And, you know, I feel like every time I play this game, I feel scammed of my time, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like to me, do I think this game is a scam? No, I don't. Because we've seen scams before. Go look at Perfect World, go look at Chronicles of Valyria, go look at the actual thing that got released for players to play, and go look at what they promised. It looks nothing like what they said. You look at Ashes, it definitely does. Go back 3 years ago, look at the game the way it looked. You look at it now, it looks pretty much the fucking same. So I think people are hating on Ashes because that's the gravy train that people like. It's the ultimate hate boner right now for people. It's people just want to shit on Ashes. They want to be in this mode of like, oh, Ashes sucks, you know, and I just, to me, I don't think Ashes sucks. I think Ashes, that's enough, but I need something. It wasn't this to make an ingot. I want to do at least one cook. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm just, because I get so tired of the argument, or even get tired of the explanation, really. of like, is this game a scam or not? It just, to me, it's so stupid. I think if it feels like a scam to you, then don't buy it. Just wait. I feel like the meme of the whole bicycle and then putting the wooden stake inside the spoke and then falling over and blaming, like, that's literally what I see all the time. It's like, you know, and I've seen some very reasonable posts on the MMO Reddit and even Ash's Reddit of people who've purchased it and didn't like it, but still have hope in the future, right? Like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly Black Flux. That's exactly what people should do. Like, this game isn't going to be for everybody, and this test right now is definitely not going to be for everybody. But you should be accountable for your own actions. And I don't like it when people blame others for their own. You're setting yourself up yourself, brother. You know? So that's kind of like my thing. Got some more zinc ingots going. Who else grinding Federal Shards? I am. I'm trying to make my, I'm still trying to get more rubies and zinc ingots and all that other stuff. But yeah, I want to get that. I want to get that done. They put a bunch of care into the world. They made the environment look great. Could be less empty mobs wise, but that takes serious time. Yeah, no, I feel like when it comes to Ashes, right? Like it's definitely a game that needs way more iteration, right? It's an alpha, but I feel like most players, like seriously, most players have never, ever been in a true alpha stated game. Again, go look at Ghostcrawler. Like when Ghostcrawler was showing off his game and there was people where there was like the Unreal Engine character, people were like, go look at the comments, like it's all there. People don't know what an alpha stated game looks like. It's like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they just expect finished or like everything to be done so quickly, right? And there's just so much iteration. There's so much reiteration. I mean, if you were to go back 3 years ago and literally just look at the UI, look at the UI in 2021 that Ashes was showing in game, and look at it month on month, there's probably been over 50 iterations of these boxes, colors, shapes, text, long ways, short ways, bunch of shit. And we're just talking about a singular system of UI. It's a lot. And I you know, even though I understand that, a lot of people don't. And so my whole thing is that I think people just need to understand like what an alpha really is. But a lot of the alphas from games are closed. So you can't really go watch a YouTube video of like, hey, this was my closed alpha experience of X game, because they're all under NDA and you're never allowed to show footage. So it's always just completely out of the mind of a player of what an alpha test looks like realistically. And the things that I've heard, like most alphas are still like, you see gray boxes everywhere. You see shit floating. You see completed untextured shit. Very rough, like very, very, very rough. And if you look at Ashes in comparison to at least the stories I've heard from other closed alphas, Ashes is a very fucking polished alpha, because they have to be, right? Like it's more open to the public. It's the most open project of an alpha we've ever seen. So I don't know. It just is what it is. I think a lot of the new players who I've spoken with to say that seem to get pushed out by big ills trying to claim stupid world firsts like it's a completed game. Yeah, and I think it's very unfortunate, right? Like if you're a new player and you just pick a random server and you ended up on Resna, and you know, like you're gonna experience Ashes a completely different than if you were to play it on Shoal. But that's how Ashes is kind of designed. Every server is going to be different than others, and not just from like a player standpoint, but from an actual world creation standpoint, right? So Ashes Alpha equals New World release. Well, I didn't say that, you said that, but I mean, it's like I said, it really is like there's a lot of time you need to make a fleshed out game. And the one thing I appreciate from Ashes is that they don't seem to be rushing, at least not yet. And we'll see for 2026. I saw Richie's video of Ashes releases in 2027, which actually could be very possible. How developed is the world on Shoal? It's pretty fucking developed, man. We have like how many towns do we have now? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So five towns, and I'm just checking everywhere because encampment, village. Yeah, so we have 5 towns, several villages all across the world. I mean, I would say it's pretty freaking fleshed out. Just wait till dynamic quests. Well, that's another video that I really want to do. Is really seeing like, so it's not just about dynamic quests, right? Because we know story arcs is going to be dynamic, but I really do want like quests to be more dynamic than what they are. And I'm not talking about a story arc. I'm talking about like, and I've made the pitch before too with like Highwayman Hills. Like imagine if Highwayman Hills to you isn't a grind spot. To you, it's almost like another point of interest, like Second Sword Outpost. Because instead of you fighting against the bandits, you are actually earning reputation to then become a part of the bandit faction. And now you're delivering crates, caravan materials, information. You're actually getting quests from them to harm the Second Sword Outpost, like shit like that. And all of that can be dynamically done and still can have a pendulum swing, kind of like going from Jedi to Sith in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like each decision, you can either do a Jedi decision or you can do a Sith decision. I feel like that stuff needs to be in Ashes. And so let's say if you're full bore exalted with the Highwayman Hills and you got everything you wanted to get, now you can just start going in the other direction and say, you know what? Fuck you guys. I am going to start destroying you. And now Highwayman Hills is going to be a grindable spot for me again. And I start losing my reputation to become like hated in the other direction, right? Like that, I think could open up even more stuff with you, because now you did all the quests for the Highwayman Hills, and now you can do all the quests for like the Second Sword Outpost or for like the Minotaurs or for whatever the opposite hated faction of the bandits or whatever they were trying to do. Like that's something to me that would provide so much more meaningful gameplay, because that was the one thing that I think a lot of people really loved about the classic or vanilla WoW experience of like the pirate buccaneers, right? And like earning reputation with them and then losing reputation with them and like going in both directions, right? That was like really cool dynamic gameplay for them back then. And I just feel like that would be something to aspire to for Ashes, you know? They could rush the quests. The quests, I don't know, just getting more experience from quests would feel better. No, absolutely. I mean, again, I feel like a lot of the very repeatable quests. See, I need to stop mining. I need to start chopping trees because I need to hit level 20. I need to hit level 20 on lumberjacking. Minotaurs playable race, please, dude. 100%, bro. Minotaurs look fucking amazing. I would love to play them as I mean, think of like the Tauren in World of Warcraft. Like, come on, like that'd be awesome. Remember there was a bug thing that didn't have the vassalize things correctly. Yeah, no, for sure. There was, I mean, again, there's, I know a lot of people like don't like when bugs occur or like when shit goes south, you know, in Ashes. But I feel like we're doing pretty good, you know, as far as bugs and everything go. Like, is shit perfect? No, not by any means. But I feel like it's not as bad as like everyone claims things are. I think really like when it comes to economy, you know, certain servers like Resna are very much out of control, but I think oh my God, that was heroic Ash. Oh my God, is that my brother Jips? What up, man? It's good to see you, dude. Speaking of World of Warcraft, I hope you've been doing well, brother. A lot of the WoW stuff is going pretty hard from what I've been seeing. Sorry, I just didn't want to die. Loving the content, dude. Same, brother. I love hearing you and Cash talk about WoW. It's the only time I literally get to hear about it, because I don't really pay attention too much to the WoW stuff happening right now. But I know Midnight, that's very much an expansion. You see, and people think that's a bug. This tree right here, that's not a bug. That's literally intended. Trees here are super magical, and it's literally the same thing. If I were to shoot you in the groin, you're not just gonna, fall down flat. You're gonna freak the fuck out. You're going to start like moving and shaking everywhere, like, because it's magic, right? This is a living being that I just killed right now. Like that's not a bug. Just letting people know that, right? Oh, dude, I honestly thought it was Jib. Sorry. Oh my God. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, man, my brother Jibs, I miss him. I hope he's doing well. As for a wipe, if they wipe every 4 months for a reason, then I don't care, but we shouldn't wipe for no reason. Some in Global are calling for a wipe already. Well, yeah, because if they're playing on Resna, that's what it is. No, I do agree with you. I think there needs to be a good reason why. And this is where I think, detection on certain economic behaviors, that needs to be monitored like 24/7, right? And you start seeing the abnormalities happen, because as much as people would not like a rollback, and that's like really fucked, right? Like, oh shit, my entire day got fucked. Would you rather your entire 2 months of gameplay be fucked in wiping? So it's like, I know it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, but I would rather have, the holy shit, Jibs, brother. Oh my God. Oh, we just hit a freaking ad. I was like, I think you got him at the right time, brother. Oh my God. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Oh man. You really didn't have to do that, man, but I really appreciate the support, brother. Thank you so much, man. Happy New Year's to you. You see, I love seeing the tree physics. Yeah, I know, me too. I love it when the trees like start spazzing out. Can you explain how to vote for mayors? How to vote for mayors? It's super easy. So literally you just hit N, and when there's let me see, I haven't even voted, but there literally should be a cast vote button, and I don't see one. So if there isn't a cast vote button, oh, okay, right here. Proposed factory upgrade. Okay, so I can vote to support it or not support it. That's different. But there should literally be like on the main splash of like voting for a mayor. But I don't think that's going to happen until the election starts. And right now the election isn't going to start until I think tomorrow on the 1st. So, yeah. Let me see. Not sure, because later voting for mayor is only 1/4 of the way to get to a mayor. Oh yeah, for sure. Great content you do for Ashes. I've been loving the game since start of phase 2. Well, Jibs, dude, thank you so much, brother, man. Seriously, thank you so much. It really does make me feel like I am on to something with streaming, right? So always improving, always getting better, but I always appreciate the support. So thank you so much, man. And I'm pretty sure everyone else thanks you for not having them endure Twitch ads, because Twitch is, even though I literally just do the minimum ads, I'm not one of these people that requires like 9 minutes of ads an hour or something stupid. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Oh, it starts at an hour? Oh, okay. So yeah, so once you see it an hour, you just hit N on your map or N on the keyboard, and you'll see like a vote button. And then you'll see like a list of all the people you can vote for in your area. But that's for the Jova mayor. I don't know if everybody's mayorship is going to happen in an hour, but I know Jova's will happen in an hour. So, what did I get? Weirdstone. If I see any journeyman shit mining wise, I will get it. I will get it, and I will find it. Oh, speaking. Let me see. Halcyon is starting soon. Okay. So yeah, it's probably just like everybody's. Like, I'm pretty sure like that's what's happening. They should really do something like send notification over to your screen every hour. Yeah, they should, Pockets. Like, I don't understand why they don't do that and make it so annoying that you'll never, ever, ever forget it. I honestly, I literally know what you're talking about, because it's the most freaking annoying thing ever. And the fact that you can't mute it or do anything to it is honestly why I got so, it's like why I can snooze on the alarm in the morning for like 26 times, because it's just so much, it gets to me after a while. You know what I mean? Well, I live in Jova. Yeah, many people do. Many people live in Jova right now, man. See, oh, dude, that tree is suffering, man. That wasn't his time. It just wasn't his time. Oh well, thank you for the comment. Hello, I have liked 120 hours in this game. I have a fucking blast for sure. I'm very optimistic about the future of this hidden gem of a game. Happy New Year, brother. Me too, man, and welcome. Yeah, I've been playing this game since early Alpha 2, which is like, I think I played 3 weeks before Alpha 2 launched, and yeah, I've been very, as someone who's literally been here playing the game every single month, almost every single day. I took a couple of breaks. Trust me, I took a couple of breaks. Protector's pride. I really love the game. I think the game is in the best state it's been. There's still so much more to improve, but I feel like if the devs keep going in this trajectory, I am very optimistic about 2026. It's just, I don't know how far we can go with it, but I'm willing to go as far as they go. So that's kind of my thing. Instance housing soon. Instance housing, from what I hear, is supposed to be Q1. And again, I feel like anytime the devs have stuff, I see, here it is. The election in Jova starts in an hour. So you'll see it. Every time when the devs like start getting really snarky with me and very like, I can always tell when shit's brewing, because it's always by like the way they talk to me. And if they talk very like matter of fact or very like direct, then, they're just working. But if they start like playing with me or like being super coy or whatever, it's because usually they're very excited about something. So I don't know. I think something's brewing for the month of January and February. I honestly think it's more February, because I think realistically, we're probably just going to get a lot of bug fixes for like when they come back. I don't think we're going to get anything super substantial when they come back from break. I would expect the first major patch to come out for the game the week after the 5th, because that's when they come back, is the January 5th. The Intrepid people come back and they start work. So I would probably say the 10th, right? Like around the 10th, probably the 12th. You'll probably see like a major patch come out, and that'll probably contain a bunch of like bug fixes, stuff like that. We'll see. I'm excited. Yeah, it's another Jibs. I can't even access my storage in Jova. There's no way I'm going to live in a city that populated. Yeah, and again, I've said this. So I don't know if you guys know, but with like the server worker architecture, so in my opinion, you see the square, you can kind of see it, right? Like, it's like you see the point here, 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 right? So this is literally a server worker, right? Like, to an extent, right? It's probably not entirely a server worker, but I personally think this should actually be its own server worker. Like, I do. Now in Ashes with dynamic gridding, the server worker could then be split into 4s, right? So this will be server worker A, server worker B, server worker C, server worker D. I think towns are too small. So in my opinion, I think towns, and you could literally copy paste and flip. I'm not even exaggerating. Copy paste and flip this entire thing on the opposite end. So then you would literally have a South district and a North district, right? And that way you'll literally have people on all 4 server workers independently, right? Server worker A, B, C, and D. That way it causes less congestion. There's multiple storage people. There's multiple market people, and there's multiple, well, I would say bench wise, that probably won't work. However, that's fine. I don't care. Maybe you just have the benches and other things. That's totally fine. Maybe you spread them out. I don't care. Or maybe you do have benches in both spots, but if you go, let's say you have shit cooking in the whatchamacallit, on one end, and then you go to the south end and do more, it says, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that, or something like that, right? Like, you already have stuff cooking on that end. I can't cook it here too. I don't fucking know. But there just needs to be more spread is what I'm saying. There needs to be more spread and more utilization within the server worker is what I'm basically saying. Let me see. Look at you with 50 viewers. Grats. Happy New Year. Thank you, Penumbra. Dude, I haven't seen you in a bit. I hope you've been having a great latter of your year, dude. It's been pretty good for me too. Thank you. Let me see. Why not some smaller outposts? Make them be couchable as part of the mechanics. Yeah, I mean, I just think that when it comes to the 2 major pain points is storage and market. Like, I don't really see people complaining too much on the benches. Like, I think benches can be slightly annoying for sure. But I think what's more annoying is the fact that you have to click on your storage dude like 18 times before it opens. And the reason why it's like that is because there's just so much congestion within a particular area of the server worker, and there isn't a spread, right? That's the biggest thing. There isn't a way to spread it. And so they need to utilize that area in a way that's more spreadable, right? Like, okay, like even if they don't flip it, like, okay, so let's just give an example of like, so here is the marketplace, right? So you have your vendor here and your warehouse here. So all you literally need to fucking do is just add one over here. Like, this area is like, there's nothing here. Add a market vendor here, add another storage person there. Boom, done. You know what I mean? You just literally have to cut this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you have to do. Or you can even add it in each little district. Add a storage person over here in a marketplace, add one here, add one here. Spread it all out. Like, I don't think there needs to just be one. You know, I think that's like one of the biggest congestion points that they have going. Wipe is going well. 16, 14, 14, 13, 8, having lots of fun. What's going on? Wipe is going well. I don't know what you mean, Penumbra. I'm confused. Oh, that's a good idea. It should be more spread out, at least for what the server tech is now. Yeah. And I think honestly, the server engineers are probably looking at all that. You know, but honestly, like so when I look at a village and then when I look at a town, I thought the town was just going to be built different. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I'm not impressed with the way the town layout is, but I wanted the town to be a little bit like just more built. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like what the metropolis is going to be like, or what the city is going to look like, is what I literally just said. I feel like it's literally going to be this copy pasted reversed. And this is going to be a city, right? All of this, instead of this being like unfulfilled land, it's all just going to be like flipped around, and this is going to be like fortified at the front. And that's what I thought a town was going to be, not a city. So maybe my expectations was too high or something. I don't know. They need to make stuff stack way higher if they are going to make you play Tetris. Oh, they are. There's also, again, this is also still happening as well, but they have not finished. So there's actually going to be a stat that increases your stack size even further beyond what your bags are going to do. So right now your bags, if you have an apprentice bag, it stacks up to 63. I think if you have a journeyman bag, it stacks up to 88, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that. correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 88. But there will be a stat on there that will actually increase it beyond that. But all the artisan stats right now are going to be retooled. Like they're going to be adjusted, because these stats were for static rarity being a thing. Go figure. If like, and I didn't even understand, then why was there quality? Like if static rarity had if you had predetermined rarity, then why would you have a stat that gives you higher quality when it's already predetermined on what rarity? Anyways, besides the fucking point. Either way, it's yes, stack sizes will definitely get bigger, because your yield over time, like you're not always going to get 3 flowers or 5 logs when you chop a tree down. So once the talent trees come out for artisanship, once these stats get reallocated and we actually get potentially brand new artisan stats or reworked artisan stats, you're going to see a huge fucking difference when it comes to gathering. Like it's going to be pretty crazy. Sort of a tangent compared to what you're discussing. How do you think will implement player stalls? If the Metropolis is as you described, still feels like a small space for 100 plus stalls. Well, player stalls isn't meant to be just in the settlements. Like you can literally set up a market stall right fucking here. Like I'm not even joking. Like from what they described it as, you can literally have a market stall right outside of the Befallen Forge. Like if you want a market stall like right here or right here, you can put one. You have to understand that yes, it's about traffic, right? In the grand scheme of things, right? If you don't put your stall somewhere where people are going to see it, then it doesn't really matter what you have for sale because no one's going to watch it. But yeah, there's supposed to be, in my opinion, I think it would really be awesome to have like even a wagon. So not considered to be a caravan of sorts, like, but you're more like a traveling merchant, right? So instead of your player stall being stationary, your player stall is moving like throughout the entire, like, and there's some people that would, really love that. But yes, player stalls is basically something that isn't going to be just in the settlements. Let me see my journeyman heroic mining bag sex with 92 size. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? So it's definitely one of those things that it will be improved. And again, we're also going to have like the master bags, the grandmaster bags. There's also going to be trade-offs as well. So you can potentially have a journeyman bag that only goes up to 50 stack, but instead of the 9 squares, it may give you 12 squares, right? Like, I don't know, like there's going to be different kinds of bags for different things. So that'll also be really, really good. Freeholds too will have a way to sell things for players. Yeah, exactly. The freeholds will actually have specific buildings that you can actually sell things. I mean, there's gonna be taverns, stuff like that. So yeah, people don't realize like how much crazier and how much more sandboxy this game's gonna be once we have instance housing, in node settlement housing, the freehold system, the actual player stall system. This game is gonna look totally fucking different, man. Like I'm being honest. Hey Vladis, happy New Year from Ukraine, mate. Great as always, dude. Thank you so much, brother, and happy New Year to you as well. It's been a very crazy year. I can't believe 2025 isn't even finished. I was just freaking out because, I'm gonna be 40 years old in 2026. I'm turning 40 this coming year, and it's just that's happening. My little girl's gonna be 3 years old in 2026. I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's this next year is going to be a lot for sure. Let me see. Share your gut feeling. How much systems will be cut before release? I only hope the system that gets cut is the pet system. And again, what I mean by cut, it means that they are no longer doing it. It's not saved for post launch. It's out of the game now. That's what I mean by cut. So if you're asking me what is potentially delayed post-launch, we can talk about like the second continent, which right now most people believe that that's going to be post-launch at this point. I just hope the toxic PvPers don't drive away too many casuals. No, me too. I mean, I think that's everyone's hope, right? But I feel like if anything, they may drive them off to like another server. It'd be a shame if they just like, oh my God, that's a fucking, is anybody here in Jova? Like in the Jova area, there's literally a braidwood right here and I can't fucking cut it. If you're on my stream and you're on Shoal and you're a journeyman lumberjacker, here's a braidwood right here, but I do not have the fucking journeyman axe. So, this game kind of looks like it slaps. It does, brother. I would say that if you, for an alpha test, yes, I completely agree with you. This game fucking slaps. So Ashes of Creation, this game is a Sandpark MMORPG, and it's going to have a lot. Like if you are, if you know of like Arcade or Lineage 2, this is kind of like its predecessor. And so this game is going to be very different from a lot of the theme park MMOs that are currently dominating right now, right? Think of like World of Warcraft. You think of Final Fantasy 14, Guild Wars 2. This game is just so far different than the popular MMOs. I would say the closest could be potentially Albion, but not saying that it's like a direct one-on-one, but this game is very much like a PvP, PvE kind of MMO. Steven, the creative director of this game, labels it a PvX game, but this game is very much like very centered right now on PvP. Very much centered. But I mean, there is definitely going to be more balance of the PvE systems to the PvP systems. It's just we're needing those loops to be fulfilled. Let me see. You got like skills and stuff. What levels up? No, you do. You have, so I'm playing a fighter right now. I'm level 16. You can see right here. So these are my skills right here for my fighter. So this is like my berserk. This is my blood infusion. So these are like my two major cooldowns that I do. This one does more damage. This one actually heals me back. So I usually pop them, but this particular passive lets me actually refresh all of my cooldowns, which feels really, really good. I'll give you a demonstration in a little bit. But yeah, as someone said that this game is not for casuals, I disagree. I feel like RuneScape, to me, you could argue is a game that isn't for casuals. Like, look how many hours you have to sink into the game. You can't do anything in RuneScape quickly. Nothing. Literally nothing. And Ashes is the same thing. But the difference is that, of course you can play on a PvE server in RuneScape, so you can take your time and do stuff. But that's what the flagging system is for, right? Like, I've played this game for so long, I've hardly ever been hassled in non-consensual PvP. So it's just one of those things that I think this game, if you do play it at a casual perspective, and again, it's kind of hard because time wise, I play this game very casually. I only play it for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours a day if I can. But I do try to min-max. I do try to make the time, like, I always have lists of things in my head of what I want to accomplish, what I want to do. And I feel like I accomplish those things pretty well. I do. I think I do a pretty good job of actually completing a lot of the stuff that I set out to do. I don't think this game is so casual and friendly that even a 2 to 3 hour stint doesn't make me feel satisfied. It doesn't make me feel like I did anything. Like every single time, I feel like every day, like I'm happy with my progress. Like I feel really good in my progress in this game. And that makes me feel like I want to log in the next day because I still have more to do. That's like the best feeling as someone who plays a game casually can get. I love it. And I think it's really, really solid. This game is not for everybody. Well, you can say that about any game. RuneScape is not for everybody. I don't like RuneScape. You know what I mean? World of Warcraft isn't for everybody. Even though a lot of people have played World of Warcraft, you look at retail, a lot of WoW players don't like retail. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand where that sentiment comes from, right? Of saying like, hey, this game isn't for everybody. But I feel like if you're a fan of MMOs, you should at least give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say, oh, the WoW players can't, won't like this game. WoW people won't like Ashes. Bro, I am the most PvE Care Bear casual in World of Warcraft, and I fucking love this game. So you can't say that. You know what I mean? Like because you don't know like how that person's going to take this game. Like you don't, you know? So I'm a hardcore casual. Yeah. I mean, dude, and there's some people who not only play the game casually, but also like play the game casually time wise, but also play the game casually just as a game. So I don't know. Like I think it's, let me see. I wish this game will not have that shit. Will delete some social aspect of the game. You feel this, I wish this game did not have what? Like, I feel like there was something missing. I forged in PvP first when WoW came out. Killing had no repercussions in Horde versus Alliance fights. Yeah, it didn't. I played on a PvP server when I started out in World of Warcraft. I played on Altar of Storms, and I had no idea a PvE server even existed because I was so new to MMOs. I didn't understand servers. I didn't know what that was. I thought every server was the way my server was. So I dealt with PvP in WoW for almost 5 years before I actually switched to a PvE server. But yeah, like I think my whole thing is that like, even if you aren't a fan of PvP, as someone who, you know, isn't really a fan of PvP either, I'll do PvP. Like I'll partake in PvP. I want to get better at PvP actually. I still play the shit of this game in a PvE way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I think people always try to scapegoat it in the sense of like, oh, this game isn't for everybody. But, you know, are there more systems in place that potentially could turn more people off? Absolutely. But I can say that about World of Warcraft. When I mentioned, you know, looking for group finder, that's a feature that many people don't fucking like. You know what I'm saying? Like when I mentioned a feature of the WoW token, many players don't like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, I just feel like, yes, you can say that about, you know, about Ashes, but I feel like you can say that about like any game, you know? I also feel like too, there's also the sunk cost fallacy in a lot of players because a lot of the MMO players have serious time investment into a, or even multiple MMORPGs. So I think that's where a lot of the fear comes from as well. From people who talk insane amount of shit about Ashes, is they're afraid that the allure or the people might not be going and playing their main MMO, which if their main MMO dies, then all of their time goes away. Right? Like, honestly, if WoW said tomorrow that they're shutting down, I'm fine with it. Like, I've got all the enjoyment I could possibly got from it. I don't regret any of the 20 years that I had spent playing that game. Like, I've been playing that game since 2005. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't regret any of it, but I feel like I want to move on. Like, I want to play something different. You know, I've done the WoW loop for fucking years. Like, I'm kind of done with it. Like, the only thing I love about the WoW loop is the socialization aspect, but I get that in this game in spades. Like, yeah, raiding's fun, don't get me wrong, but have you ever had roar yell down your throat because you made a mistake and, you know, said I was a dog shit player? Man, that shit's fucking fun. You know, like I loved raiding with Roar and his posse of people. Like, that's what makes raiding like such a great thing. And oh, we have an anonymous. Why don't you want to show yourself? But thank you so much, brother, whoever it was. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Show your woodcutting level, bro. Dude, I'm 19. I am so fucking close. Oh my God, I am one chop away. Do you see that? Did you see that? I'm 99%. Let's go. Where is there an ash tree? Give me an ash tree. Show me a wiener. Oh my God. My life for an ash tree. Let me see. As a tank, I love to scream on mages and bards and rangers. Yeah. Oh my God. And fighters, obviously. Oh, of course. I'm mining level 34. Yeah. I feel like, you know, and I compare myself to some of my guildies that play this game like for hours, like long time. And Justiva, dude, thank you so much for the Just Sava. I think I say it. Just Sava, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Roar blames you for not having been on Shoal. No, Roar blames me because I got on Shoal and him and Richie went on Resna after I specifically told them not to go to Resna. Richie thought this is what happened. Let me tell you what happened, okay? Let me just expose it real quick. As we were trying to decide, because if you were watching me during the first day of early access, I was waiting for my guild leader to let me know what. Oh, there's an ash tree. Wait, can I chop that one down? Or is it it's in the ground? Fuck, it's in the ground. Shit. I was waiting to know what server we were going to be on. And they were like, Roar and Richie were in my chat, like, let us know what server you're going to be on. And I was messaging my guild lead literally while streaming and asking him, when are we going to find out? As soon as he told me, I said, and then Richie got all, we already made the decision. We're going on Resna. We're going on Resna. And I'm like, bro, Polar's going on Resna. But on Discord, TM was saying, oh no, we're going to go on Shoal now. We're switching to Shoal. We're switching to Shoal. And I was telling Richie, bro, he's trolling. He's not going on Shoal. And Richie got scared, and that's what happened. And I'm like, if you just would have fucking waited. And now they're on Resna with Polar. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Oh man. Let me see. I played World of Warcraft from 2007 and I canceled my sub after WoD. For me, that game was a shit show for old players. That's why OC could be a save for other old school. Yeah, for me and other old school players. Absolutely, dude. Like dude, Showback and a lot of the classic community of WoW, you know, some of them have played Ashes and they're like, some of them were like, hey, this game's, this is the thing I've seen most common is this. Why does everybody say this game's bad? The game's not that bad. I'm not even joking. That statement has came from so many fucking WoW players, like WoW streamers, because all they hear from the community is Ashes is ass, Ashes is dog shit, Ashes is a scam. And then these people fucking try it and they're like, bro, this game is like, why do people saying this game's bad? Like, yeah, it needs work, but I mean, it's not as bad as what everyone's fucking claiming it to be. And so I don't know, man. It's fucking wild, dude. It's fucking wild. I hope they have the server reservation set up for launch. So yeah, they're going to have name reservations. And so they're also going to have early access servers. It was like a 3-day head start for people who purchased like old pre-order packs or something to that effect. But the thing is, you don't have to play on those early start servers. I'm not. I personally think those early start servers are going to die. I do. Because I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to come in on an early access server. They're just not. Because even though Steven says, oh, there's going to be certain restrictions, there's going to be certain things that they won't be able to do, they'll still be able to gain levels. And you literally look at it right now, people were upset at Polar because they accepted this quest of the Harbingers at level 25 at level 1 and was able to earn like 387,000 experience and go from level 1 to level 10 instantly. And people were upset at that. Now only imagine, oh, now you're going to join the server and there's already level 10s there instantly and they already have like a set of gear and they already have all this stuff going. Like no one's going to want to do that. Like I personally think it's in Intrepid's best interest to literally just not do early access servers. But early access servers, this is what early access servers do, is they prep the company for problems. Like, so when you have like these day one issues of like, hey, we can't log into the server's borked, the server's fucked. Well, that could all be resolved with early access servers because the majority of your players aren't going to experience it. It's just a small subset of them. So you would rather piss off the small subset than the large fucking majority. So that's what I think is going to happen. Wait, did I not ding? Oh my God, I'm at 100%. Come on, there we go. Oh my God, now I can go to New Ayla because New Ayla has the master carpentry station and I can get my certification for lumberjacking. Yeah, now I can go watch. I'm going to go back. Wait, I don't even know if I don't even have gold. Let's see. Crafting, carpentry, pockets. What up, brother? Weaponsmithing. Let me see. Journeyman. lumberjacking axe. So I need 10 dried processed boards, 10 copper ingots, and 3 tin fragments. I got 10 fragments, or I got 10. I can make those into, wait, I can't make those into fragments because I am not a journeyman. Ugh. Level 18. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll have to probably make some fragments. I would just buy the tool in my opinion. Well, I don't think the tool is going to be 3 gold and 30 silver is what I'm saying. Sell it. It's about the same price it'll cost you or cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look to see what the journeyman is. I'll probably have to go to Jova because Jova has better prices usually. But I'll look at Nuela. I'll see what Nuela is. Yes, because the game is not like all the modern MMOs nowadays. For some people, it is trash because it's for niche players, and that's not a bad thing. Niche is never really a bad thing. I think niche scares people, and it scares people for multiple reasons. And it scares me too. The main reason is financial reasons. If you have a game that's so niche, you think of like Mortal Online 2, Ashes can't afford to be that niche. Intrepid will literally crumble. Like Intrepid will go down. Ashes needs to be somewhat profitable for many years in order for them to get out of the red. And I think that requires at least over 100,000 players annually. Like, and I'm talking globally. Like, I don't give a shit what the numbers are for North America. I'm talking globally. When Ashes of Creation releases globally, as long as it has over 100,000 players throughout not just the first month, but on average for the entire year for multiple years, I honestly feel like we'd be okay. Mortal Line 2 is too niche and too brutal. Some people say that about Ashes. I'm not even joking. Some people really say Ashes is really hardcore. But again, I don't think those players ever played like Final Fantasy 14 or, Age of Camelot or, Ultima, Tibia. I don't, because again, the old MMO market, most players started out playing like World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? Like that was their entrance into the MMO genre. So, I mean, that is as hardcore as some players get. Right? Oh, I played World of Warcraft, or I played vanilla World of Warcraft. Like you compare vanilla World of Warcraft to Tibia or vanilla World of Warcraft to Age of Camelot, like that's not even a fucking comparison, in my mind. You compare Final Fantasy 11 to classic WoW, like bro, classic vanilla WoW was as casual as you can fucking get comparatively to a lot of the MMOs at that time. AOC is hardcore for people who forget how to be curious, how to learn by themselves and not just follow a golden path. Well, no, for sure. A lot of people, especially nowadays, have been literally almost curated into into not thinking for themselves. Like seriously, like so many people want to go to a website and be told what to do, how to do it, or whatever. And so, yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things that players Wait, did I have that on top or on the bottom? I'll just have it right here. You see, even Euro was down to like 100,000K before 400K within a month. That's what I mean. Well, I don't think so the reason why New World failed, besides the multitude of bugs and issues that it had, was ultimately the main reason was it had no content. Like that's a very factual thing to say about New World. Anyone that loved New World, like if I had my boy, your boy Willie, who's one of the best New World streamers in my opinion, he would tell you that New World had no fucking content when it released. I feel like even if New World didn't have the plethora of bugs and issues it had, it would have still failed. Like in my opinion, it still would have failed because the ultimate thing, the two things that I think most players care about is combat and content. If you lack on one of those things at launch, it's going to take a long time for the game to get back on its feet. And look, it took New World almost 4 years, 4 fucking years to finally start getting good, for players to finally start coming back, just for them to pull the rug out underneath everybody and say, fuck it, we're shutting everything down. Like, it's crazy. You mean watermark grinding wasn't enough content for you? No. I mean, hey, it's one set of content, you know what I mean? And that's all it had. Like, it was chest runs and that, basically. We should be honest, New World has the best gathering sounds. New World was a master class in sound design when it comes to gathering. 100%. Like mining, chopping, it just is really good. It was so good. All right, so let me. All right, where? Okay, so hold on, I'm getting way too fucking distracted. Okay, so right here. Yeah, it was very immersive. Again, I was not a fan of New World, but doing the gathering in that game was pretty freaking awesome. That is for sure. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, carpentry vendor. Oh, did they move him inside? Oh, here it is. Here he is. Lumberjacking. There we go. Journeyman. Finally. Finally. All right, so now that I'm in Nuela, let's go and see, just curiously, search by item, lumberjacking axe. Oh, of course. 4 gold. Wow. That's literally all my gold. 3 gold and 30 silver. Isn't that so much of a coincidence? Oh shit, 2 gold. 89. Dude, that's a good price, right? 2 gold. This is pretty good. I might buy it. I have to buy it. I have to. I need it. That's another checkbox done. Is that the XP axer? Yeah, lumberjacking speed and lumberjacking XP. I mean, like I said, I just need the base thing. I need to start chopping braidwood. Braidwood is so fucking hard to find. I need to do it. So it's not the good one. I don't care. I'll worry about that shit later. Oh my God. Oh, wait, what the hell? What's all this? You want me to? Oh, wait. Are you just wanting me to hold this on for you pockets? Like, what do you? I'll put it in the guild bank or in the guild bank in my storage. I need to transfer so I can process. No, just wait. My dude's here. Okay. That's what I was like, what? I was like, I know you're not just being altruistic and giving all that shit to me. All right. So. $2 gold. Oh, wait. Are you want me to trade? You don't want me to trade you your gold back? Eastern Hemlock. Nope, don't need it, brother. Well, thank you, dude. Thank you. I'm probably going to go. So now that I got my 2 storages. I want to see now what I got to do is I got to save up 10 gold to buy my final tab. Once I buy my final tab in Jova, then I want to start working on getting a 160% mount or higher. So that's the next step. So once I do that I need to work up until doing that. So it's a bunch of sports fishing that I have to do. You know, something like that. I don't know. Thank you for the company. Heading to sleep. Champagne, good medicine. Have an awesome stream. Dude, thank you so much. Happy Grave, dude. I really appreciate you coming out. And again, Happy New Year. Hope you have a good one, brother. Thank you. Let me see. Bam. There we go. Should probably put this. I'll put that in my. Oh, yeah. go. Oh, sorry. I was like, should I lock, unlock? All right. Let's put this in the storage now. And I'm going to head all the way to that spot for the braidwood to be gone. Because that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, so now I got my, man, I feel so proud of myself. So I got journeyman. And again, like I'll probably, again, my whole thing now is I want to get better shit. Don't get me wrong. I want to get better shit, but I need to get the shit to get me there. Like I said, I'm taking everything in steps. Like I don't need to go 8 steps in 1 step in my mind. Like I feel like I can't do that because then I will feel, that's what I think most players don't properly or realistically step out their goals. I think they have some very unrealistic goals, which if you have unrealistic goals in MMO, you're going to get like, you have all adept gear, I assume? I do. Everything I have is adept. That was one of my goals, was to get everything adept. And then like I said, once I get to level 20, the first thing I want to start doing is start making my pedal jewelry, which I've been saving my materials for that. And then once I start doing the pedal jewelry, because I feel like that's gonna be the easiest one to do, I want to see about getting a weapon. But I feel like I've been debating actually to switch over to the 2-handed axe. I've been doing the 2-handed sword, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, like I'll just grind it up again. Like if I'm in a good grind group, it'll level up, I think, pretty quickly. So I figured, you know what, fuck it, let me just switch to the axe, because I'd rather just have the best one, you know what I mean? But I got to figure out what axe I want to make as a fighter. I haven't talked to one of my fighter friends. He's actually played fighter at the high end level almost every phase. And so even though it's not his main, but he knows fighter very, very well. I just want to talk to him about like what weapon as a fighter for, you know, that I should probably try to make or try to get my hands on, kind of thing. I hate when it's so foggy like this, man. I can't fucking see. Oh, like there's an ash tree right there. Yeah, I usually chop ash. Like that's like my tree of choice. Because now that everything's either like processed board or dried boards, like I just do ash. See, we had that one journeyman weaponsmith already, but mine should hit journeyman there soon. If not today, maybe the next few days. Awesome, man. Global illumination and shadows medium. Yeah, I always have my shit set to like high. And shadows. Oh man, that looks so much better. Thank you for that. That looks so much better, man. That fog, man, just made shit so like washed out. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks pretty, but it's like for gameplay purposes, it just looks terrible, you know? And then I got to figure out too, because the other thing, Braidwood and Weeping Willow have static spawns. So they don't have static rarity anymore, but they do only spawn in certain locations. And for 3 phases, I have not really been a lumberjacker. Pockets has. I mean, I probably should ask him, but yeah, that's something I definitely have to figure out. Like what do I have to do, or like where are these locations at? Because Ash's Codex is not really up to date on that, or maybe they are, because if they still haven't changed, then I should be able to have that as like a reference or something at least. One thing that bothered me very much is that I can't add my alt to my own guild as a solo player. Makes second character with processing skills. Why he needs Gary, do you thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. why he needs to be online for that. Dual boxing is not possible / legal. Do you know if and when that will be changed? So like, what are you trying to do? Like, you want to be able to have your alt join the guild, with you being on your main or something like that? Like, I don't know if that's, something that's going to happen. I don't know. Are they doing any major updates soon? It depends on what you think soon is. I would say the next major update isn't going to happen for about 2 more weeks. So not next week, which is the week of the 5th. So next Monday is the 5th. It won't be until the following week. So that'll be the week of the 12th. So the week of the 12th is probably when the next major update will happen. I do feel like it definitely needs to be easier for certain alt related things. But I would say the best thing that I would say is, if you have certain concerns, like, please go to the forums or go to Discord, or, you know, make your concerns known. You know what I mean? Like, most people that I've seen in my chat that, you know, talk to me about, like, hey Vlad, like, are you concerned about this, or is this something that bothers you, or like, what do you think about this? And I asked them if they, you know, have they left feedback anywhere, or have they talked about it anywhere? And they're like, well, no. It's like, well, dude, telling me, yeah, I'm glad you're having a discussion with me, but you should be having, or trying to have a discussion with the developers. You know what I mean? Like, have an open dialogue, or at least get your opinion out there about something that bothers you. You know what I mean? The worst they can say is no. Hello, Vladis. Happy New Year. By the way, I saw you on YouTube Recap 2025. That the YouTuber I saw the most this year was. Really? Oh shit, man. Well, thanks so much, man, for always being able to tune into the streams and hang out, man. I really do appreciate that, man. It's really cool, the kind of community that we've built, man. Like, I think a lot of people have really liked the fact that I've been streaming a lot more. And honestly, like, I do appreciate it. I think the biggest MVP is probably my wife, because she's always been very supportive of it. And I, you know, I see a lot of my friends, or I see a lot of, you know, people in Discord or other fellow streamers that their wives give them a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And I always really appreciate, you know, when my wife, when I get off stream or whatever, you know, she's watching, or she'll say like, oh babe, you had this many viewers, or you did this, or you did that. Right. Like, you know, I think to me, it's always nice for her to be like my biggest champion and stuff, which allows me to be able to be here and to stream. You know what I mean? And speaking, I probably have to get off soon, because I told her I was going to stream for 2 hours. And here we are streaming for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I just want to go and check on that braidwood to see if it's there. And if it's there, then I'm definitely going to chop it. But if it's not, video game just came in. He's like, of course you're going to be leaving. Dude, as soon as I saw you come in and say yo, I was like, hey bro, I got a jet now. Sorry. No, I'm just joking, brother. Happy New Year, man. I hope you had a great year, dude. We were talking about that earlier, about just everything in general. I don't see it. I don't see it. Of course, I had to check. I mean, I had to check. It's not there. It's gone. It's gone. All right. Well, it is what it is. Let me just chop this tree down real fast. Well, guys, I had a great night wherever what was we did. Nice. Well, thank you guys so much, guys, for coming in, hanging out. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for just being a part of the community, coming on when I'm live, liking, following, subscribing, donating, subbing. Huge shout out to the anonymous person. Also a bigger shout out to Jibs, who donated 10 subs today. Thank you so much, man. That was really, really awesome. Thank you so much, dude. That was awesome. So guys, have a safe and fun and happy new year. And I'll see you guys in 2026. All right, man. Let's see who is streaming. Let me see who I can raid out to. Oh, my buddy Roar. Speaking of my buddy Roar, let's go and raid over to him. He's out grinding some shit. So, Graven, brother, what are you doing? Dude, thank you so much for the freaking subs, brother. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Man, thank you. Thank you. Well, I'll see you guys 2026. Take care.